What's up, guys? Welcome to S'mores Indoors. Um, Camera's all out of whack there. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been out here on the channel for you guys, but it's good to be here. Got some, at least one guest stopping by here shortly. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. Talk some physical media. Talk some movies. Talk some other interesting stuff. So, and speaking of the other guest, well, he was in here for a second. I'll bring him back in a second. But we're going to have a little fun tonight. Hopefully, some other guys will stop by. Send out the invite to some folks. But right now, we got Flesh Wound Dan.
What's up? I hope I didn't hold you up too much.
No. I just went ahead and started and get the show on the road. How are things going?
They're going. I'm like from stream to stream to stream. I think busiest guy on YouTube probably.
Probably so.
I don't know if I have many titles, but that's one I'm gonna just claim.
I think I'm least busiest because I haven't been on for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think since I've been back actually. Come to think of it, the wrestling one last time.
Yeah, working through the new job stuff, so it's been a little. I get home and I just want to not do much, So
I get that. Yeah, a lot of people have been really. October's goes so fast too, which
it does.
Sucks because it's like the best time of the year, and there've been so many great movies and some not so great that have been popping up, but a lot of good stuff going on. And
I was just thinking today that it was the first horror movie I watched for October. I watched Frogman today, and
what did you think? I liked Frogman. It was the
first horror movie I watched,
and I'm playing your stream.
But that actually wasn't true. Earlier this month, when I got this in, I popped the Hitcher in.
Ooh, I haven't gotten that yet,
and it looks really good. So you'll be happy with that when you do get it in. There are scenes in that, especially the daytime scenes, that look like, they could have filmed it yesterday. It looks so clean. So, and I know some people are probably waiting because they did announce a U.S. release, right, for that, I think.
Yeah, they did, and I'm like, I've been so busy with just movies in general. I've been going. I haven't looked into what the differences are, except I know the U.S. one's obviously cheaper. But so I have to see if it's worth it. I mean, that is a genuine classic, and we've only had that not so great DVD for a long time now. So I'm eager to see it, Yeah,
I saw some people posting that when this came out, this is the first time they'd ever heard of it, and I'm like, that's a shame because that's one of the early horror movies I watched. I used to go to my uncle's house when I was young. And it was one we watched at his house, and I was always there was something about that movie, watching it when you're young. It's
one of those ones that I think is aged perfectly too,
because
it's a scenario that is still very relevant.
Sure,
so I would say it's timeless.
Yeah,
we'll see as new. I know there's going to be a lot of first time watches now because again, just it hasn't been available properly in a while. So I'm eager to see all the first timers and what they think.
And God, this release was a freaking long time coming. Didn't they announce this like at least 2 years ago? I think
a little bit longer. Well, I might have known about it a little bit longer, but even then, I feel like it's been 3-4 years at least.
Yeah,
not as long as like we've been supposedly getting Dead Alive from Peter Jackson on 4K.
Right. But, I forgot about those. A Bad Taste and
Bad Taste, and I mean, well, shit. We eventually got True Lies, and people gave up hope on that. So
people are still pissed about it, but it is what it is, I guess.
It's out at least. You have other options, so
I started watching ended up having to go do something. I started watching the new Salem's Lot tonight too. Have you watched that one?
I have. We're reviewing it Wednesday, but I'm sure people might be able to guess what I think.
I mean, I'm not that far into it. It looks good. I mean, the cinematography, the way it's shot, looks good. But
are you a fan of the original? First off,
it's been a long time since I watched it, but yeah,
I'm going to suggest if it's
I like the
been
Rob Lowe one too.
yeah, honestly, which is God, that's even 20 years now, which is insane. But the Rob Lowe one is not perfect, but it has great atmosphere. I said I was gonna revisit it, and it's hard being a miniseries, especially this month. But the that one is good. The original's a fucking classic. I highly recommend. If it's been a while, sit down and watch it for Halloween. Great watch.
Yeah.
If you want to get really crazy, you can watch the sequel as well that people forget about.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I think Scream Factory put that out a couple years ago, right?
They did. Not good, but it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in the habit of watching something each night now when I get home, and for the rest of the month, I think I can wedge a couple hours in there to watch at least one movie. So,
yeah, no, God, one movie. I've been, I don't even know. My watch list, like the amount of stuff that I've watched already for October, is insane. I can't imagine what it's going to look like for the end of the month.
Yeah, you have an insane schedule when it comes to watching stuff. I don't know how you do it. You're always good to ask if something's worth checking out, though. So. Ask Dan. I'm sure he's seen it.
I really liked Azrael, which caught me off guard. Samara Weaving. I think it's still got some theatrical play, but it's post the Rapture, and she is escaping from this this cult that has some strange religious practices. They like cut their vocal cords, so there's almost no dialogue in the movie. Great action horror. Yeah, I never felt like I knew exactly what was going on in her head. I felt every emotion. I like it a lot better than the Quiet Place movies, and that's not to say that those are bad, just I like this more. And yeah, the world that they build it around, you don't learn everything, but man, I would like to spend some more time in this post-Rapture world because I got questions. And that's another one. I don't know that a lot of people went out to see it. I'm trying to remember if that one's Shudder. So you all might get the shot this month. I think that one's Shudder.
Okay.
So I think towards the end of the month that might debut. But if you get a chance to see it in the theaters, I think it is worth it.
Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. I know at some point this week I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch the new VHS. And some other stuff. So I don't know, actually. I'm trying to think. Well, I don't know. I always try to watch newer stuff. Or not new stuff, but stuff I've not seen before. I try to do that, and then I end up falling into the trap of like, oh, I want something I'm comfortable with, and
just go back and rewatch Halloween.
I mean, I keep there's the 3 movies I watch Halloween night every year, which is Halloween 3. I watch the WNUF, and then I watch Hack-A-Lantern every year. So on Halloween night,
there is something about Hack-A-Lantern. It's not a good film, but
no, I don't know. Yeah,
I see what you mean. There is something about it. The random and terrible stand-up comedian that somebody must have been buddies with, and
It
uh,
feels it really feels Halloween though to
mhm,
me too. Like it has a good setting. I feel like so.
it
I
does.
like
I know a lot of people were talking about VHS needs to do an all Halloween set
yeah
movie next.
yeah they should really if they're going to put them out in October every year.
I love being able to count on that, and they're not tying all this shit together. It seems so. It's like okay,
Yeah
yeah, I'll see what you got. It's always going to be fresh. I mean, unless you just shit out several VHS virals in a row, you're
right
I'm always down. I know some people. Pugs on our show kind of has like horror anthology fatigue, but I'm like I'm always down for a good short.
yeah
Like
oh yeah me too.
let's see what you got.
Um yeah, and I feel like the three that they've done, or I guess they've done four now, but the three I saw that were Shutter based were all solid.
Hmm.
So they were worth watching.
Yeah. Other than viral, that third movie, like there's something to appreciate in each one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
We were talking about Hack a Lantern. Of course, I've got this copy. I love this one. But I did pre-order the 4K, so I don't know when that's supposed to come out.
Uh it's massacre videos, so
Who
you
knows?
never well, they've had a more regular release schedule recently. I mean, they've been putting out a lot of German underground horror, Olaf Ittenbach, Andreas Schnaas, and they've been putting out like Uwe Boll's stuff, and like they're doing all sorts of different things. They put the Blood Feast remake on 4K, so lots of interesting stuff, and they're a
Well,
little more regular now.
I know they had that issue with that box set recently that took them forever to get it out, but maybe that was just a fluke.
Now you're not thinking of Cauldron Films and the Fulci set, are you?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I get all those confused. So,
I literally just got that Houses
did
of
you?
Doom. Yeah, finally. I mean, nearly a year, I think, or at
Yeah, it
least
was
like 9 months or something. It's been a long time.
a pretty big delay on that one, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking that was them, but
Cauldron Films is newer, and I get it. Sometimes there's a little bit of worry when it's like you don't have too many releases. It's like, man, they could just fold. It's kind of
yeah.
like investing in an Indiegogo. It's like I want to make sure I actually get this in hand.
Sorry, I was looking for something.
Oh no, that's cool.
Didn't Calder do the Gates of Hell, like the 4K?
Oh no, it was I own that movie now so many times. I'm trying to God, that's bizarre. Who did put out the 4K? That no, Cauldron doesn't. Hold on, let me cheat and check this
Oh,
here.
here we go. Yeah, they did.
Was it cold? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
My
Calder.
bad. They've done a good job on their releases so far, and it's a good mixture of well, mostly obscure stuff. The Houses of Doom is some of the Fulci TV movies, House of Clocks, and
Yeah,
so
I haven't watched this 4K. I need to watch that one this year too. I'm put it in my stack here.
yeah. Well, you can't go wrong with Fulci for
No,
Halloween. So
and I know they've got the new. Have they had a release date for that Beyond 4K yet, or no, not yet for Grindhouse?
yeah, that's coming. There's a couple. There's one I can't say, but I know it's coming, and it is a favorite that people will be happy about. Not Fright Night 2. It's not that.
I mean, I just love this packaging for the Beyond,
Mhm.
and then I know there's a 4K of House by the Cemetery already, but I've got that lenticular
Oh
3
yeah,
disc one.
Blue
So,
Underground has done a really good job on those releases, and I mean, but there's some, like I said, Zombie, not a big difference with the Blu-ray, so
yeah.
you know.
This is my least favorite of those 3, so I'm gonna stick with this one probably. But I don't know. I did just get a Dolby Vision, actual 4K player that has Dolby Vision, which I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have, and I haven't really done a side by side with it yet, just to see how much difference it is. I know a lot of people swear by it, but probably do that here soon.
yeah. Sorry, my dog.
Oh, it's all right.
We're at that point where it's like it's kind of cooling down, but it's like you have to keep your windows open or it does get kind of
Yeah,
So he barks.
yeah. It's fairly warm through the day, and then at night it gets pretty cool here. So, but
Yeah, I'm just dying for like just cool October air. It's
yeah,
it's dicey in Georgia. Sometimes it still stays a little warm, but I mean we're not having any like 90-degree days, and I can't complain. I was like scared shitless for a minute about Helene. That looked kind of ugly for a minute here.
yeah. That's what I was going to say about the Hitcher. Actually, I'm glad you reminded me. When that ripped through Asheville, I wonder how that slowed down some people getting their stuff from orbit.
So I got a package in the mail today, and he was telling me, he's like, I'm shocked you were like the first one to get it because like it's it got to me immediately. But
Yeah,
like my area was like not touched at all. But like you've all seen the news, like there's places around Georgia. I mean, Atlanta had some insane flooding depending where you were.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My a friend of mine had some rough areas. I think he's near Augusta, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so
Yeah, I think stop it. All right, I'm just gonna yell at him on camera now. I don't know what it's about.
that's fine.
Yeah, I think what was it? South Carolina got it really bad, depending
Yeah,
where. And yeah,
or
there were
North
some
Carolina.
places. Yeah, it's weird. Like that night, I think I was even chatting with some of you guys, and I was just like, I'm probably gonna lose power. Never did, which shocks me. I figured at the very least our power would go out. It had that weird, like, calm before the storm vibe. And I was like, fuck, because I've got big trees out there too. So it's like, it's like, damn.
Yeah,
Did the whole run to the grocery store thing and stock up on junk food, even though I was like, well, it's going to be like 72 hours minimum before I get power back. So let's just stock up on garbage.
I mean, when you're in a situation like that, you kind of want comforting food to eat, not, you know what I mean. So
I knew it was coming, and I was like watching all this like prepper stuff, and I was like, God damn it, I'm not prepared.
yeah,
That's like a weird rabbit hole too, because it's like I feel ever since lockdown, like I'm imagining like, okay, there's about 7 or 8 potential like apocalyptic scenarios that could happen. Some less likely than others, but it's like, all right. And I was listening to one podcast. Some of it's like kind of common sense, but like, what was the term? If it's like a winter sort of thing, and just the grid goes out, like
yeah,
all piling like into your bathroom and just creating a micro climate or something. There's a specific term the guy used.
yeah.
And I was like, man, I don't know how long I can go with like just everybody crowded in the shitter.
No,
Just
I freeze to death. I'll be good.
yeah. I'm like, I unless I'm gonna die, I'm not crowding in the shitter with blankets. Although, yeah, I don't know. Not a bad idea. There is actually some practical stuff that
Yeah,
makes
you got
sense.
like a bunch of hot chicks at the house. Let's do it.
There you go. I got guns, and I got and SpaghettiOs.
Makeupston, I guess that's how you say that. Makeupston Productions, what's up?
Good
And
seeing you.
Corey from Cable Channel 11, what's up?
What up?
Um, no, it's I'm sure it was hairy before it got there, because and thankfully you got by unscathed. So
Got by unscathed. So I feel bad for anybody out there that was affected by it. Here, like I said, just it kind of like for a minute it just had that, like, you can tell like a big storm's gonna hit. We got a few wind gusts, and it rained for like 2 days straight, but
yeah,
we're not really in a flood area, so we were safe from that. But the wind was scaring me.
yeah. Well, I went to the night, I guess, before it really got up here. I went to St. Louis. I had a Billy Joel concert to go to. Get all the way to St. Louis, and then they cancel it. Moved it to the Sunday night, so that was on a Friday night. So went back Sunday night, went to the concert. I got rolled in the house about 2 a.m. Had to get up at 6 a.m. so I could go to work all day the next day, and then went straight from work to Monday Night Raw.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was watching, and it's always cool when you know somebody front row. Like Jey Uso's coming down, and like you're there. I don't know if you've watched it back, but
I am.
yeah, he's like you're there, and then the Strowman Reed match.
Yes.
Like you can see quite a bit there too.
We had two security guys sitting right on that barrier in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one point where I think Bronson Reed like throws Strowman into that barricade.
Yeah.
And the one security guy goes, "That hurt." The other guy's like, "I saw it coming. I moved up a little bit."
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy match, especially now considering I think Strowman got like a groin pull, which you can kind of tell when he does the spot where he knocks him off the apron through the chairs. You could tell like he wasn't moving good, but hey, he soldiered through it. It's a visual live to see a guy that big jumping off the top to the outside.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
and he threw one of them threw the big Prime bottle at the other one, and the top of that thing like hit the girl next to me right in the leg.
Oh yeah,
like the cap of it. I was like, damn.
I've been hit by like a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like it's funny, particularly like with the deathmatch stuff. It's seeing those people that you can tell immediately they're not used to it. Because that's a different kind of thing. People bleeding on you, people, broken glass all over the place. It's funny seeing it. I got hit by a stray chair from New Jack at one point. God, there was the one that I was at UEW where I saw like I had like blood running down my leg, and I was like, it's like trickling down my leg, and then I realized like I sat on I can't remember, it was like a glass shard or something from a light tube. And it's like you don't realize, it's like am I pissing myself right now? I'm not that old. Like, what's going on?
Oh man. No, that was a fun Raw. It was cool to be there because they don't do the ring collapse thing very often. So it was cool to be there when they did that.
Yeah, they don't pull that one out all that often.
No.
I've always said it'd be nice if it wasn't always a superplex.
That's true.
I think it's the easiest one to control though, where you're like down same time, impact point. There's a reason for it.
I think everyone in that arena, at least up front, knew that was going to happen in that match because they were really fucking with the ring before that match started. And so then I'm anticipating it. I had got my phone. I'm anticipating every little thing they're doing off the top rope because I'm like, oh, here it comes. But I will say, yeah, I went to like a couple Attitude Era Raws. This is probably the best Raw I've ever been to live. I think overall the whole show. So
There haven't been like some people have been criticizing, I don't know why, these like 5 match pay-per-views, but I love the idea that they're like, no, we could put 3 more matches on this, but we're going to make them mean something on a Raw, on a
yeah,
SmackDown.
yeah. I
And you're
mean
going
they
to get that pay-per-view quality match. I mean, Strowman, you could have easily have done Strowman and Reed at the
they could have.
pay-per-view, and it still would have been great, but it might have also been overshadowed by Hell in a Cell or, Roman and Rock coming back.
Yeah, they could have done the Gunther and Sammy, but they did do a little spot there to promote that match, so that was kind of good on the pay per view.
Yeah. And like that one, it's like it's obvious right now Sammy's not getting that belt off of him. Gunther's got a lot set up now. I mean, fuck, they set up a Gunther Goldberg match, which please do not fucking job to Goldberg. They've got I don't think he will either.
If it was Vince still in charge, yeah, probably. But I don't think Hunter's doing that.
When Goldberg, you need a win or two. Like we still got Corbin or something. You can beat him, but not Gunther.
I got a feeling we're going to see after he's done with college. Probably going to see Goldberg's son in NXT at some point.
I was gonna say I think he's gonna be in the next in line program.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping. Like, I'm not really a Goldberg hater. I mean, that's a cool organic story of somebody getting over. That's who would have thought? But I don't have any desire to see any match out of him again.
No.
Like, he's lost. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about that character. It's like you've lost multiple matches in WWE at this point.
Yeah.
That aura is just gone. Like, you're not. Part of the fun with Goldberg was just watching him squash people every week and raise that, lumber up.
I don't fault him either for not knowing how to do a lot. Like, they just threw him right out there, and before he was really trained worth of shit.
Yeah, I don't think he was necessarily without talent. Like, if he had more time to develop, the traditional way, who knows? I don't think he would have been a ring general, but I think he had something to offer. He always came off as a legit badass. You can't take that from him. But yeah, it's like now it's like, kind of feels like a waste of a Gunther match. But if you like Gunther, just beat him. Cool.
If they're not bringing Brock back, that's probably their alternative, to have him beat some big name, I guess.
Somebody told me they added Brock back on the WWE website, which might not mean anything because he is technically under contract still for at least another match or two, I believe.
Let's find out, I guess.
Yeah, somebody said that there was. I mean, I think it's going to depend what else comes out in this lawsuit, but if it's just what's there now, as far as, Vince like hyping him up for a hookup, I don't think you can say Brock knew anything about, all the other heinous shit that Vince seemed to be up to.
Yeah.
And he may have been. I don't know. It's possible. But I don't think there's enough out there that keeps him out forever.
Unless there's no real dirty stories about him, honestly.
No, I mean,
he is on the current superstars page.
Yeah, and apparently they had taken him off. So there's a lot of crazy shit that could happen there, because if Vince doesn't end up going to jail, that's an interesting power play, because he is a multi-billionaire now. Like, he could start something up and was like, I got Brock. Wow. I don't know if that'll happen, but It'll be interesting. I think it's about 50-50 though right now. Like they might get Vince on something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess time will tell.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll get him on everything, but like I feel like the walls might be closing in on him a little bit. But then again, hey, it's felt like that a few times in his
Yeah, he
life.
seems to always slip out of shit somehow.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna slip out of this one. He did cost him his company, and you know what I thought would be the ultimate. They won't will not do this, but could you imagine if they bring out the Hall of Fame list for next year, and one of them is Ted Turner, who I think is deserving
Oh
of being
yeah,
in the Hall of Fame. But can you
impact
imagine
in professional wrestling. Ted Turner should be in the Hall of Fame.
if Ted Turner was in the WWE Hall of Fame and Vince wasn't? Would that be the ultimate slap in the face? I mean, Bischoff is already.
Well, famously, Vince was like, back when he was still in charge, said he had no interest in being in the Hall of Fame. So,
But realistically, had he died and none of this stuff come out, he'd have been in the next year. So,
yeah, absolutely. The irony is, if he passed away right now, he doesn't even get a 10-bell salute.
no,
I don't know how you handle it.
I don't
At
either.
this point. Well, I'm sure TKO is just saying, like, I think they'd have to acknowledge it in some way. It'd be really, elephant in the room, not saying like that the number one heel of all time in wrestling has died, but I don't know. I think right now, like, we know he's not welcome. Like, that's
No.
been out there. TKO, I think, has even said he's not allowed at anything. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the best case scenario for him is if he doesn't get convicted of anything, he's able to somehow settle, although it seems to be pointing more towards she's going after him for, she's taking it all the way. That could change, but yeah, as of now, like, he doesn't even get the 10-bell salute. Like, he's just kind of like forgotten by history, and that might be more punishment than even going to jail, because let's be real, I think Vince goes to jail, Vince is running that jail. It's going to be like an Oz situation. He's just going to have ECW, Do-Rag McMahon, and he's going to be leading like a faction of prisoners. He will promote the first like wrestling event between prisons, I would bet anything.
Probably.
You've got like the different gang factions.
Like a whole new longest yard situation.
You got like William Regal, like just on the outside. War games. The cell opens every 5 minutes, and somebody else enters the showers for war games.
It's Scott Peterson.
There you go. Scott, the Menendez brothers are just like double teaming. Like, they're just putting the boots to Ed Kemper, and then you just got Peterson. The ladder, he's just doing the Terry Funk ladder spot where he's just spinning that shit. They should let me book things.
That'd be interesting. What do you think are the odds? I know this was kind of just a chance meeting for this second picture, but think there's any chance we see Shane go to AEW?
I think it's a done deal. I think it is happening. Yeah, you know what? I think he deserves to carve out some kind of legacy beyond his dad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which he has. I mean, he's a successful businessman. He had a great business, which they kind of go over in that Vince doc, the whole China Netflix thing that he had going.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was ever the best candidate to be the guy. It's hard to say. Like, we'll never know because he's never really like ran something in the wrestling world. But I think he elevates the Elite, which not a big fan of the Bucks. So I mean, I like Kenny. I acknowledge like that he's a really good worker. Never been a big fan of the Bucks. I tend to fast forward their shit, to be honest. But Shane in there, I think that's interesting. I think it makes sense.
See, I caught a thing a few weeks ago when there was a thing where Moxley was calling out Tony Khan for something. I didn't keep up with it, what was going on, but I thought that was like the build up to maybe an NWO type of thing with Shane, and which I think that's something they could do that would be cool.
Tony Khan should consider. See, again, I don't know. It's hard. I haven't seen like what WWE looks like under the Shane McMahon, thing. But hey, give him a shot. I don't think Tony Khan's gonna do it because it's his, AEW's his play box. But give him a shot. Maybe he handles personalities a little bit better than Tony does, which has been proven that he doesn't do that so well. Yeah, I'm happy for him. By all accounts, he's a good dude. That wouldn't it be ironic if he could rise up the ranks in AEW and get something? He'll never be the guy there though either, because that's Tony.
No. But it will still be a shocking visual to see him come out on AEW.
One thing, maybe, you're trying to manage a lot. Let Shane do Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
You want to keep that alive. Let's see what he can do with it. Maybe he can create some buzz there or something. I don't know.
Would say with his name and reputation, if it seems like he has a good one, he could probably help them get some kind of deal for that going.
Yeah, something like that. I think he would probably be down with like, sure, I will build this, ground up. You don't even need to give me a bunch of top names. But yeah, I mean, I'll tune in for that for sure. Yeah, you feel bad for him watching that doc. You really do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. To be a fly on the wall, like at Thanksgiving, like I think it's a lot of people though that are never going to talk about it. Like I'd love to know, like Triple H, like walk us through, Vince, like just gutting everything you had built up with NXT, and releasing all of your guys, and obviously just get a fuck you to him. I'd love to hear like, this is where I was at. If rumors are to be believed, he was probably very close to leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, that's his father-in-law, but I guarantee a big part of him is glad he's gone. So
he has,
yeah. And the way I understand, that's probably a majority of the whole backstage. It feels that way.
I think so too. I think he was just too like set in his ways. Not, if nothing else, that doc, I don't know whether he's evil, but he's definitely cold, and he's not a good person. Like, I think that at the very least, you have to say cold, not a good human being.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done some nice things for some people in his circle, but yeah, not a great human being.
Kind of sociopath type of dude, I think. So
I think there's like 2 or 3 lines in there. The Rita Chatterton line, where he's like, it's like it wasn't a rape, and even if it was, statute of limitations. I was like, Vince, you're a billionaire. How are you How are you answering that question that way? That is so fucking like you might have well have just said if I did it. Like wow, like that is fucking bonkers. Um
I appreciate that, Willie. It takes a lot of work, so that's why I haven't had anything up recently. I have to do my day job, and YouTube are some bitches about Art Bell content, so I try to get what I can up. So
it yeah, editing's tough. Like I feel bad for Todd sometimes. We've got Flesh Wound features every day. We've got content, and it's like that's a lot of fucking editing. I feel bad for him. I staying with him for 2 weeks. I see like you think it's easy. It's not.
what's up, Cliff?
Hey, Cliff. Well, there's some rumors there. Sean apparently got away with a lot of stuff that nobody else did. So,
Oh yeah. So I got a little thing we'll do. We won't do a whole lot on it because I was waiting for Jake to show up. Cocksucker.
Jonathan, I think, is supposedly going to try and get here as soon as he can.
Well, what I was going to say is I was going to start this little segment. We'll do a couple here between us, and it's the go fuck yourself list. People, places, or things that should go fuck themselves. And the genesis of this is due to this little duck up in the corner where StreamYard went to $40-some a month to use their service from, what was it, like 20? Something like that, I think.
Something, yeah. Yeah, I pay a portion of it, so I'm not sure I can't even remember, to be honest. So, we pay for like the year or 2 years or something. I don't know.
Oh, got you. So a lot of people are saying, go fuck yourself to StreamYard. So that'd be cool. We can go back and forth. A couple things that should go fuck themselves. And I'll start with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, go fuck yourself. I'm sick of seeing this son of a bitch on everything. And it's always this whole, I'm so humble about all this shit. No.
Jelly Roll's your first one. Okay. Oh, let's see. Who can go fuck themselves right now? There's probably a lot. First thing that comes to mind, if you make politics your entire life, those people, and it's like they only exist for that and nothing else. I would say that's a go fuck yourself. Yeah, we all have our opinions, but like, god damn, like, what did you think of the latest movie? Like, give me something other than just your political opinion.
Cliff Booth, go fuck yourself to the people that pronounce the L in folk.
Okay. Might be me. I don't know.
All right. So here's my next one. The other night, I caught the end of the vice presidential debate. And they always do this after the debate. They got a group of fucking losers sitting there that are undecided. It's fucking October in the election and you're still undecided. Go fuck yourself.
I was going to say it kind of, I'm like and I'm not going to get into politics, but like, I'm like burnt out on seeing the same 2 or 3 ads just back and forth. It's just like Donald Trump, like fucks pandas. And it's like, oh yeah, well, Kamala Harris, like fucks horses. It's just like, you know what you think at this point. You know what team you're on. Just vote. Don't vote. Maybe you're not on a team, which is like the best thing to be. But yeah, I'm like so burnt out. I don't even fucking care. Just let it be done.
And it's like 3 weeks away. How do you not know who you're going?
Yeah, it's like eating into Halloween too much. I think that's why I'm a little more like, I don't know, saucy about it than normal.
Yeah, and there's war implications out there. It's kind of putting a downer on the month for me. So
yeah, that's like the weird thing too. Like I'll like look at like some of the superficial news. It's just like, it's like, he had a half chub during that debate. It's like we're analyzing the footage. Yeah. It definitely looked like he had a boner when we were talking about raising taxes. Yeah, I'm like, there's like a lot of scary shit going on right now. Like it has nothing to do with the election. So yeah.
Cliff Booth's voting for Gerald McRaney's mustache. Yeah, that's
Major
Major
Dad will
Dad.
solve everything.
I go back to Simon and Simon when he was on that. That's really aging myself.
I think he's like got one of the longer lasting. I haven't checked, but I think is he still married to Delta Burke?
Oh, he might be.
They were together, I know, for a long time. I'm scared to look. They probably got divorced, but
She didn't die, did she? Was it the other woman that was on there?
No. Dixie, I think, died.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're still married.
I never watched that show, but I was aware of it back in the day.
Yep, they're still married.
There you go. Yeah.
Good for him.
I'd give a record to
He did not age well.
No, probably not. No, I don't even have to Google it.
No. Don't. Oh yeah, that did have a good theme song, Cliff.
I could say Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, but they weren't married. They still aren't married, are they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know if he ever put a ring on it. That'd be funny as shit. Like you're deep in your 70s and he puts a ring on it, and they're like divorced a year from now.
Goldie Hawn never did a thing for me. She was not very hot in my opinion.
I never
she got very plastic surgery ish later on too, which did not help.
Yeah. She's looked roughly the same though for like the last 25 years at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's pretty hot in like Bird on a Wire with Mel Gibson, but okay. I get it. Like she's not somebody I ever lusted after, like some people. I don't know. There's something there.
There's our daughter. That was a little different for me.
There you go.
Get with that. She does have a weird mouth. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get I get it. It not. Yeah. I don't know though. Like you go back to like that era or around that era, it's like would Sigourney Weaver be considered a sex bomb today? Because I think she's attractive, but Adrienne Barbeau, I don't think would be.
No, Adrienne Barbeau stuck with that 70s-ish look through
her
whole life. I feel like.
Yeah, great boobs.
Yeah,
not complaining. Like primo boobs, but yeah, she's like hot for her era.
Right.
And it doesn't. Yeah.
I think Goldie's she probably looks a little like Kate Hudson when she was young, probably. No Christy Clark. Huh? Well, you got one more go fuck yourself, Dan, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Oh, another go fuck yourself. Some YouTube ones I suppose I could do, but I would say one thing a go fuck yourself is like people who will tell me like, oh, horror movies aren't good anymore, but not on the caveat that they have not watched anything new. Right. I hear that from a lot of different people who know, like I do YouTube, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not good like it used to be. And I was like, oh, which of these movies this year have you seen? No. Like, well, then you don't. Why do you have such a like? That's just like you're just done. Like you don't want to seek anything out anymore. So that'd be my go fuck you.
Go fuck yourself. Dan's trying to say is Dead Pit, go fuck yourself. That's what he's saying there.
I like Dead Pit. Well, they watch some new,
just
maybe
kidding,
a little bit.
Just kidding.
But there are some, like I said, like go watch some new stuff. This has been a damn good year for horror.
Yeah,
it really has. And if you dig, there's something for everybody. So that's all I'll say. Like there's a lot. You like fun, mindless slashers. Those are out there. You like elevated horror, if you want to use that term. There's a lot of great stuff out there. There's a lot. The genre is alive and well. Just branch out.
I get what you're saying, Cliff. There's some though that are, if you look past
Yeah,
that, they're worth watching.
there's a lot of throwaway crap, and there's been a lot of bad movies this year, but there's plenty of good. In fact, I would say the volume of good, if not great, horror movies this year has been really strong. Probably the strongest since like 2020, to be honest. And
Nice.
2020 was a really good year.
And we love you too, Willie. So thanks
We
for
love
being
you,
here.
Willie.
I think tomorrow night I'm going to watch one of my Severn pickups from the
Oh,
sale we had. I'm going to watch Mardi Gras Massacre. So,
nice, nice. If you like H.G. Lewis, that's not H.G. Lewis, but very much in that spirit.
cool. I even got the fancy slip cover with it. I didn't put that up. But
Very cool.
anyway, that'll be the show tonight. I'll try to do some more here as I have time. I'm getting a little settled in work and try to carve out some time to do some stuff, and we'll do some more Go Fuck Yourselves coming up, and maybe we can work out a tournament soon. So
we are due. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know what kind of tournament, but
we'll figure one out. Bob Hope's Ghostbreaker's cool.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
But Dan, you want to promote Flesh Wound?
Yeah, Flesh Wound features here on YouTube. There's at least one, if not more, shows a day throughout October, and yeah, lots of really cool stuff coming up. We'll have Region Free on the Visited by Voices Network this October the 13th, which I think will be a full house, and there is somebody debuting, so that should be fun. God, I'm just doing a lot of shit. Tons of stuff. You can find me everywhere.
I haven't done this for a while. I'm gonna throw this up. Go check out Jessa. Well, I can't pull it up. I have the duck. Go check out Jessa Flux at jessadositall.com. Check out the stuff she's got going on. And if you show up in Nashville in April for Full Moon Horror and Tattoo Festival,
I'll be
you
there.
can meet me and Jessa at a table together. So that'll be exciting.
Nice.
She'll probably be signing more shit than me. That's okay.
You need 8x10s. You need some spicy 8x10s.
Yes. Maybe we can work.
You never know. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Dan, for being here. Thank
Good
you
to be
guys
here.
for stopping by and watching. And we'll see you soon. Take it easy.